Okay, well, we're ready to get underway here. Things kicking off. Inferno. Technical timeout cancelled. Iberian Soul. Full W into Banana. That HE is deployed in the right place at the right time. And it is a crunch hit. 3 defenders stacked up and ready.
Another rotation coming in hot soon, and Iberian Soul walking right into it. Here it comes, Snappy to be able to take one down, but Stododo, a swift response. Spraying through the smoke, Arisdotch will find a victim. And Wrinkle is on cleanup duties as well to protect a teammate. Stododo down, Alex up against NIP, his former squad. A big responsibility, but at least 2 of them are already low. There it is, one of the healthy players down. But up at a worthy sacrifice. Shoulder peek's the name of the game. A smoke to the bottom of Banana, but Mopaz is still far forward enough that he can creep through quickly. Flashbang being primed to start taking control. Snappy sees it coming, tucks it in time, and is able to spray down both. Saucel, Alex, tons to do, but up against the close range MP9, their chances will quickly be turned to dust.
Yeah, not a start to get excited about so far, is it? Iberian Soul on their map pick. Of course, already sponged up by the flames. Makes those fights a little bit easier. He is on 11 HP, so won't survive any longer. Should give up a bomb plant here as well. The util's good. Oh, wow. Maybe not. Snappy. Bang on the money with the spams. Southside pushes through. Does manage to trade it back. Follows up for another. Hold the phone. He's found a rifle. And we're in a 2v2.
I mean, 2v2 it may be, but there's just not enough HP. Saucel's gonna have to be perfect. He's already been pristine on the first headshot. But this smoke makes things so much harder. Saucel's gonna have to expose himself soon. A quick tap on the bomb should incentivize him to push. But pros do not fake, and Shush does classify himself as one. NIP, a 4th round of the bag, and Iberian Soul certainly feeling a bit left out of the scoreboard.
A bit of a rough one there. There's no right answer for Southside. With 30 HP, knows if he goes for the spam, especially with the AK, the bullets will be sent back the other way, and he's dead. 5 seconds passes so quickly. Super crisp shot into Wrinkle to get it started, though. That was gorgeous.
Raw bomb side B approach is what they're going to have on the agenda, though. 55 seconds, smoke already deployed by NIP, so it slows down their progression, certainly. But they're just going to try to white-knuckle it. Mopaz, through the smoke, finds a victim. There's still a defender available, though. 2 of them, in fact. And actually being on the site is an exercise in impossibility. Very quickly, Stododo and Davig will be shut down. And I highly doubt they've got any stake in this matter.
Knowing that they're top Banana, knowing that there's a decent chance that an A player's kind of pushed down mid. From the apartments, not seeing anything yet. NIP's positioning has been pretty perfect. And eventually, it merits a kill. Shot misses. Oh, it's all getting very scrappy. How is this going wrong? Eventually, the trades will boil it down to a 2v2. It's just been a mess. Oh.
Stododo's so low, but at least he can play the headshot angle. Udrick slowly creeping into the side, and this is perfect footwork from him. A smoke on top of the bomb suddenly makes it difficult for Mopaz to try and defend as well. Wrinkle plays it to perfection.
To the next. HE's over the top. Molly on the floor. Carpet of fire at the feet of Mopaz, and low on health. Jumps out and into the waiting arms of Snappy. Another kill going the way of Shush. An eventual trade, but another one. Another round that kicks off in the first 15 seconds with a man deficit for the Iberian side. They start to reel it in, realizing, yeah, that early prod didn't yield all too much for them. Close. They kill Davig. Not going to realize just how many linger in the smokes. It's a nasty surprise, isn't it? After you take that first contact and think, oh, I wonder if there's anyone else here.
One of the first few times where we see some kind of advantage, at least positionally, coming out from Iberian Soul, but it's very quickly taken away by Snappy. Davig quick to response, though, and the rotations won't be the fastest in the world. Need to pop the smoke to allow vision. And Wrinkle does have the right weapon to intercept, but just not the reflexes immediately. Sauzel, quite low. The other two healthy. Bait and switch setup, but it's too obvious. That's exactly why Shush ends up checking the right side corner. And as the numbers start to whittle down, a flash will be used to usher them in. Deep sight flash too as well, just to clear out Dark. Now Saucer remaining stuck inside Banana, and he will quickly be victimized by the flying USP. NIP.
He's got Shush there with him. Davik jumps up, he's dead to rights. He's making a bit of noise here.
Oh, Shush, what a couple of connections. Oh, it was really difficult to hit that shot because the stairs are getting in the way, but does a really nice job at making it happen. Snappy, although Alex is able to get some chip damage in, there will be a swift response.
Iberian Soul having circles run around them here. Alex on 2 points of health. Desperate to not die after time again. I mean,
oh, you jerks. Making very quick work of anyone that tries to intercept Banana. Ujix recognizes that they might be trying to go for a boost, so he plays up close to dead. Oh no, it's a boost v boost! And Saucel's gonna expect the second player courtesy off that boost. And with both kills being found, this is one of the very few rounds where Iberian Soul might have a very real chance.
still, it's a 3-on-3. And of course, it's one that NIP will have a go at. A slight bottleneck with Wrinkle being on that AWP, but he's got Stododo to contest with. Mopos is on 4 points of health. 3 kits available. Molly into the back of the site. Flash is going to go over the top. Stododo has to get busy, and he gets a bit of a freebie. Emerging through the smoke and spotted. WP from range. Yeah, just trying to make this as expensive as they can, but they know there's no time. A couple of extra kills. Iberian Soul will take a second round here, but
it's a bit of an awkward entrance from Iberian Soul, but a third round seems to be in the cards, especially with Davik stopping the first line of offense.
No time to save here as well for NIP. Got the flank in from behind. Anticipated, but does still find one. Wrinkle now wants to show us some mechanics. Swaps out to the rifle. The Eagle switch. Doesn't want to reload. Just continuing to juggle weapons off the floor. Davik will hear that and say, well, that A side of the maps, they should be pretty aware it's going to be a B crunch. And, oh, as they're ready for it. Beautiful headshots being hit by Mopos. Julie's going to follow up. And wow, wow, wow. Okay. A very good defense from Iberian Soul. Might be the start of something more here.
I mean, Wrinkle had a chance there, but you can see the frustration in Saucel as he empties 2 magazines into Wrinkle. And you're right, the shooting was looking pristine. Davik with a very nice double. Mopos doing the same, and Saucel, of course, just adding insult to that injury.
He waits out the firebomb. Clear out the corners. Reflash in. Alex looking for the fight. Does take it. Wins it. Will be traded by the Khalil. 1 for 1. Good bit of info. Rotation's going to come over. Snappy's saying, well, let's just full W. It might only be Mopos here. He's right. But Mopos sees red. Packs a nasty punch. The 4v3. As they start to pull the plug on it, Snappy's ambition.
And it will be a last-ditch effort to just try and force themselves onto site. Shush will have to be the big line of defense. I think they might have realized that they've run it a little too dry. Arisdot peeks out from the smoke and takes down both Dodo and Saucil.
A lot of spammable angles, especially down there towards Banana. Huge entry out of Shush, Dodo. His reaction off of the back of it is to try and take a little bit of space into middle, then re-establish himself on that short angle. Timing important. Worried about the pincer in from the apartments, though. The 3v2, him and Davig have got a decision to make, and it seems like they've already made it.
Dodo granting Iberian Soul with one of the first big opportunities for themselves. All three of the players on the B bomb site just don't have a big weapon to work with. Although the rotation is going to be swift, by then all three of the pistols should have been taken care of. Arisdot starting to force himself onto the site. They're just going to run in, and yeah, feel like Davig's a little too late to the party.
Yeah, not a lot more that he can do there to take this one to OT. It's about to be their first map loss in the tournament. Unless they can take us there. He will survive. Nobody close enough.
Yeah, he knows the defensive utility is about to come his way. Mopaz, though, needs to go huge. Flashed out of his mind, but somehow survives with 2 points of health. Does he go right in? Is he going to peek right through the smoke? Yes, he does, and nobody's watching for him. He's gone away with absolute criminality.
They might just be able to prolong play off of the back of it.
Yeah, but it's still a 2v3. Sorry, a 2v4, right? Wrinkle's going to go hunting for him and wants to create space for his teammate to start to come in as well. AWB spotted, and now they know where he is. Wrinkle being allowed 1v1s. That is not a good sight. And peeking from the right side gives him a small advantage. Uses his teammate as bait. Switches over to the M4, but neutralized by Saucil, who will be extending play by disallowing Wrinkle's clutch.
That's OT written in the stars. Davig, flashbang over. Doesn't affect him. It falls a little bit short, and he ends up with 2. Eventually traded, but a good start here.
Bomb side we go. Dodo's not going to be checked. It's just Shush remaining. 1-on-3. The flash is flying in. That lack of vision will be very difficult to contend with. It was just an unfortunate round for NIP, though they tried pushing through the smoke. Davig ends up getting the lineup. And although Wrinkle did try and recuperate some of their losses, Iberian Soul just had their numbers. So big boost coming up.
It's going to be big from Mopaz. That is. Huge kill. Puts the numbers further in their favour. He's able to slip away, making sure it doesn't get traded. They're really going to double dip. This is huge. Oh, wow. Drops back down again. Realises after the fact that he probably could have found a second kill, but not going to matter. Davig's just going to drive by him. Won't be able to deny the plant, but a 1v5. Shush. Surely. 0 chance at this. Molly onto the bomb. He's given this a good go, to be fair, and there's a couple of them low. He's going to delay the defuse by a few extra seconds. Needs to check his flank again, but preoccupied. They all swing in. What a transfer. Makes that expensive. It's not going to matter all too much. That was one hell of an attempt.
The do or die here for NIP. Oh, but a big opportunity for you, Jerks. Wrinkle stops Davig's transgression. It's Dodo and Saucil who are getting ready for the rotation. Oh, you could tell that Saucil was really contemplating going all the way from A. But they are going to be getting support soon all the way from Banana. 4v3, 4v2, just too comfortable of a position to be in Iberian Soul. Not sure how they're going to get this done. Yeah, both mollies are really good. They've flushed them out of positions, but problem is, Dodo doesn't have the right weapon for multiple engagements, and Arisdot will end it just short of overtime, putting NIP in pole position to potentially close it out in 2.
then Iberian Soul are a very good nuke team. And if they can get a CT start, then maybe there's a world. But this does feel like a bit of a shot in the dark. Opening pistol round will be worth its weight in gold. And Mopos only able to take the one on the solo B defense. Rotations coming over thick and fast, but a 4v4. The C4 beeping away. Shush just down below. Pretty awkward angle to clear. The Glock just lingering. Southsoul's Julies. Oh, he's been spotted. Oh, it's a beautiful shot.
Mostly just the Iberian Soul show, but Ujerks is still buying some time. Snappy goes down, unfortunately, which means Ujerks has to fight for his life, but just can't hold off against enough players. Davig. Yeah, NIP, they're going to have to throw in some kind of desperate play here. Problem is, this two-stacked Molly is going to exhaust pretty much all of Iberian Soul's utility. There's still a full 30 seconds remaining that they're going to have to contend with Davig, first line of defense, as it starts swinging into E-Box. Beautiful two-man spray down, but Stadoto's going to be the one to clean up house. Ujerk still fighting back. Deagle's doing some godly work. Saucel eventually takes care of him. But Wrinkle knows that he's just got to retreat here. You had enough time, then maybe, but okay.
Oh, wait. Running this one down a little too low, so. Also, I'm going to give this up, but making it fairly expensive. Iberian Soul do convert that second, though. All important round. Keeps their campaign to bring us to a third map alive. No surprises here, especially with Wrinkle saving. There's going to be a reforce out of NIP. So Iberian Soul not given that breathing room yet. They're not in the clear. It's a faster tempo towards the B site. This is going to be quick.
Oh, I don't know about that. Mopos is making it very clean, though. Three-man Khalil spray down.
Mopos round the corner. Big kill. Snappy count. A shot from Shush. They are recovering this. It felt like the round was sinking. Ujerks had an opportunity for a freebie kill there. Pulls the trigger a little too quick. Iberian Soul do somehow make this work. Despite taking the early two-man deficit, Ujerks is Deagle. Just cannot find the head, and eventually...
See if anyone else...
as well.
Let's see if anyone else on NIP can match that freak, though. They're doing a decent job at getting back into the rounds. Wrinkle. Good collection onto Saucel, but Davig's still looking to fight back. 2 versus 3, but Mopos runs into 3 barrels, and suddenly Davig's chances here are next to none. AWP in hand. Saving's got to be on the agenda.
After a start to the round like we saw, I mean, doesn't surprise me. Stadoto normally some of the fastest hands in the server, right? Yeah, really low buy here. No util. As you say, Ujerks. Just get given Mopos for free as he peeks in dry. It all starts going wrong. Anticipation of the flank dealt with instantly. And 5v2, Stadoto and Saucel with 2 rifles. Want to try and hold on to these. Gonna hunt for them here. Don't want to save those rifles, and it won't be allowed. There you go. Stadoto takes 1, but the trades are there. The Portuguese duo puts them.
And I think that stuff is just going to continue to be extended. It'll be a while before Iberian Soul can be a real threat. MAC-10, of course, helps in this endeavor as well when you're going up against unarmored opponents. It is a very swift way for NIP to come back onto the scoreboard, but now...
Down to a MAC-10 as well. Tons of money for NIP. I'm going to try and keep up this tempo. Great start from Stadoto right through the smoke. Ujerks down. They're really forcing this aggression here, and Salso has been seen on the jiggle. Oh, that's a beautiful transfer. An early two-man advantage sent back the other way very quickly, but still, the numbers will continue to tip in the favour of the Spanish side. Wrinkle and Snappy left with it all to do. 3v3 still feels plausible. They've got the bomb as well. Snappy wants to be the first point of contact. Along with the HP. Oh, didn't see anything there. Dodo will hand himself up. Now the molly goes down. Swing out. Not connecting for the kill onto Snappy. Eventually will. That's David doing so. It balls down to Wrinkle. 1v2. Kind of has the timing, but oh, bad whiff. David catches him in the air.
Oh, wow. Arrows dodge. Glosses over Stododo the first time, but has to take a double take. Shush to help out. Ray frag on to Saucel. There is still a player in the back of the site. Alex doesn't expose himself for the longest time, and that's exactly why he gets away with a double. 12 seconds on the clock now, though. They need to get planting soon, but Alex has been a massive thorn in their side, who buys enough time for Mopaz to participate as well. I feel like this pacing from NIP is all over the place.
Yeah, it's been weird. Sort of caused them some issues, isn't it?
Rotations are going to be swift, and there's already 3 players on the site. Aris dodge, Crispy shooting, knows there's another one in there, but Mopaz will reign supreme. Stododo all the way from the back, Swift with the op, Alex doing the same, and very quickly all of NIP's players will be knocked out. Iberian Soul, what a retake. Train has honestly looked very disjointed and poorly paced from NIP. They've relied on these very late round aggressions, which haven't worked out. Iberian Soul's rotations have also been perfect, but this time they might finally be able to overwhelm, or will they? Stododo stops them right in their tracks. Molotov slows them down as well, and it's down to Wrinkle, who has the most HP to make it work. And for every kill NIP provide, there's a response, but a 1v2. Mopaz gets 1, and it's lining up for Aris Dodge as well, so Iberian Soul will be propelled on to 8.
Very, very light work of these rounds. Ready once again into the 4v4. NIP can't really afford to be 9-3 down. Just knows that. Massive kill through the smoke.
Oh man, how is Iberian Soul constantly recovering these weird outcomes? This time, Snappy might have their number though, but Mopaz, the man who closed out the previous round, will have another 1v2 in the cards. Narrows it down to just the 1. And he's repositioning himself so quickly and silently. Will be hard for Wrinkle to find. But it's ring around the roses, as Wrinkle will skip past Mopaz. Both players with no info. Uh-oh. Wrinkle, corner of his eye, spots him.
NIP looking to bring everything they can. This CT pissed around needs to go their way. Snappy's gone for the util. He drops pair of Julie's over. The rest with the Kevlar. Shush getting aggressive. A bit of early info. He'll be able to relay that there's 3 hit. Pressing towards Long Dog. This is about to be an A crunch. USP at range. Oh, does connect. That's a big kill, Wrinkle. Wow.
This is exactly how they need to start off. Question is, can they continue this on the CT side? Wrinkle's done incredible work. There is still a 1v3 on the chopping block for Stododo, but the likelihood is slim. Just the 2 of us.
Walked straight past him. There's no way Stododo now expects him to be here, so that does sort of seal the deal a little bit, but awkward. Just snapped him from behind. It's going to be Snappy to draw first blood. SMG connects. An instant dink from South Soul's Khalil. Can find anything more for Mass at range. We'll take out Stododo. That's actually the bomb dropped as well. Whilst the trade will come through and they'll have free access to the B site, it is largely irrelevant at this point because the C4 can't come and join them. Mopos might be able to catch a timing here. Yeah, there's a freebie. Doing decent damage. In fact, very good damage. That C4 being lost is the biggest problem here. And with 10 seconds left, realizing he's either got to go and die or he needs to save this M4. And it seems like he has to go for the latter, but it doesn't do him any favors. The rest of the team's going to be on an eco in this next round, and he's stuck with no money and a rifle. Now they're pressed all the way up on A. They'll know it's a B hit. They're walking straight into the blender. Shooting fish in a barrel. Ujax and Shush open things up. This is going to be tied up at 8 apiece, surely.
Yeah, unfortunately for Iberian Soul, it does feel like NIP are going to do exactly what Iberian Soul were able to accomplish on the first half. Podcast regression. Mopos undetected. Should be able to get away with no damage. Wrinkle needs to be careful. Can't get caught right now. And Mopos in hot pursuit. Look at how Wrinkle's positioning himself. Doesn't want to get caught in the back.
3v3s. Dodo's got an AK, and there's a minute for them to maneuver. Mopos in from behind. They'll have a freebie kill hit. Go for a bit of trigger discipline. Or the knife. Oh. Okay, yeah. I'd have liked it, but no. More important that I don't fumble this. This is a very important round, especially considering they're a map down hit. Southsoul's already hunting. Go through this smoke. He does. No one's going to be there to punish it. Shush is around that corner. Ujax, his contact. Shush is going to fly up. They've got a flash from Wrinkle. The trades are there, but it goes the other way. Iberian Soul do very narrowly end up with a man advantage. Little switcheroo. Rifle for the AWP. Southsoul low. Wants to negate that HP. Put himself on the one-hit rifle.
Arizdosh needs to play a perfect round right now. And he will have the opportunity. No, he's missed it. At least he can have the information be carried over. It's Snappy to take advantage of it. Bomb dropped. Saucel becomes activated. Wrinkle's got to go big with the MP9. He will be chased down by a player rushing out of the smoke. Wrinkle finds him eventually. And Saucel with the AWP doesn't have quite the HP to work with, but the one-shot weapon is exactly what you'd need in this position. Wrinkle, though. 50 seconds on the clock. Iberian Soul might be looking to hasten their progression. Yeah, Wrinkle hears it. He knows they're up close, and up close is where he shines. Shotgun Sniper makes it work. Double dipping, but he will be dropped. Stadodo to find Arizdosh. But Shush on the bomb site is still making things hard. There's Snappy in from Long Dog. It's just so difficult to deal with, so many angles. And the three-prong approach from the CTs is perfect.
Deployed. Ujax. Big spam. Big kill. Mopos in the meantime. Already out through the smoke. This is getting really awkward. Davix managed to trade out another, so we go into a 3v3.
Ujax is going to have to be pivotal. Brain fart. Pivotal in saving this round. He's playing that all too well-known position in the back of the site. AWP to hold the tripwire. You can see Mopos for a second spotted. And he's not going to continue to aggress. Wrinkle will be the second one to come through. Mopos right behind him. And this has been so expertly navigated by Iberian Soul. Ujax, still a chance. He is so focused on Long Dog. Gets that first freebie. Might be able to get more. Saucel. Just a little too quick to the trigger, though. Iberian Soul. Oh, man, the sprays have not been looking too good for NIP. Mopos. The Ujax down, and the shooting's just been better overall from Iberian Soul, and this is not the time for NIP to start fumbling when they are so close to the end. Still acceptable, it would still be honorable because they are going up against a better team, but to be able to extend it even further, that would be A chef's kiss. Smoke pause. Good as always. Uh-oh. CZ spotted. More players sprawling out of the smoke. Full control's been taken, and this might be the beginning of the end here, my friend. MP9 stuck on E-Box, Wrinkle down. Saucel waiting for the aggression, and Iberian Soul, just like NIP, stopped them late. They will do this.
Unsuspecting of this. But yeah, Snappy just down in the corner. Should just be able to deny this plant. Good trade, Davik. Take him back the other way. If he hits a random shot into Hart and gives them back the numbers, then I think that's a very winnable round.
Oh!
But hitting shots like that, you do not have a chance of breaking NIP here. Lightning fast from Ujax. Wrinkle will come up as that insurance policy from above. And NIP, they will take the pistol. They'll give up the plant, so there will be a bit of money for Iberian Soul to work with. And this upper bomb site about to breach in towards Ram. Good start from Wrinkle. Decent trade. And the Molly's going to flush out Ujax. They overwhelm him here. This could be problematic. 1-for-1s. Still trading even. Iberian Soul, while Smoke Pause has taken a lot of damage, they actually find themselves in a 3v3. MP9 the Mac 10 up close. Shush just fallen. Oh no. This is starting to go wrong.
A lot of rounds like this went wrong for NIP previously, which allowed Iberian Soul to take train in the fashion that they did. Exort can still get it done, though. He's up against 2 rifles. That's the problem. One of them being recovered from a fallen comrade. At least he'll get the chance for 2 1v1s, though, but Davig is a little too fast. Iberian Soul back on the scoreboard immediately after they forfeit the first round.
Definitely with the advantage as 2 for masses and an MP9 out of the CT investment. Lacking on util as well. NIP have gone quite heavy with the trimmings in these past couple of rounds. It's going to be Davig to draw first blood. It's a great start. Iberian Soul get the early advantage here in this round. Uja surely going to get run down. How does he get away with that? Eventually traded, but back into a 3-on-3.
Oh wow, bomb drop though makes it really awkward for Iberian Soul. Now it's in the middle of no man's land. Shush has got to watch out for smoke. Oh, quick adjustment. Davig unable to do much. The problem is, both Wrinkle and Shush are low enough that this is doable.
That bomb down, Stadodo. An awkward spot. 30 seconds left. That's the tiptoe over. Wrinkle around this corner though. Crosshair. Right on head level. He gets that done, no trouble. Nice and easy stuff. Good start. No way he gets out of this untraded, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
The bold call
that
was
was
always going to be 1-for-1.
Davig was in hot pursuit the whole time. Ooh, really crispy shot from Saucel. Defined Wrinkle all the way across the map. There's another they've got to watch out for, though. We've got another player in secret. Jerk's waiting for them patiently. And you can tell Exort was getting very antsy to try and find an opening kill just to bring the numbers back in their favor. There's never going to be the eventual peak come through from Secret. And instead, seems like there's more of a commitment from NIP towards a lack of control on outside does mean that they need to be very careful about Heaven, though. They've been silent for long enough that NIP surely expects this specific strat.
We saw something quite similar on the pistol round, actually. Iberian Soul very willing to take this control, but Davig for a second. It's looking like he was going to get plagued by the fact that his view model was in the way. Shush won't be able to deny the plant, but catches it after the fact, and arguably it's even better. He's doing it all That is so sick from Shush.
Arizot's going to wildly spray through the smoke and will find a victim. Adjustment onto the garage player as well. And will be out of commission for a little while as he reloads. But no harm done to NIP.
Comes for some further damage though, Alex. Lovely headshot. Still the man advantage for the CTs, but Southside carving a path outside, ends up with another untraded. Momentarily means 3v3. Southside takes another one back, and it's a 1v1. Ujax has got his number and an off bangle up on the rafters, so will not lose that fight.
Iberian Soul caught by NIP. Opper on the angle. Wrinkle comes around to help out Ujerks, but Mopaz is mopping the floor with them. Wrinkle, a little too quick for him, however. And now with the bomb out on ramp, it'll be really difficult to recover. I like the fact that Wrinkle's going for a bit of a repositioning as well. Oh, switches away a little too early. And Alex should be able to have his number eventually. Wrinkle, very sloppy play there. But knows that Snappy and Arizot should be able to take care of business. Now, Davig has a window of opportunity where he can make this a couple 1v1s instead of running into two players directly.
Problem that you face right now, right, is you normally say 4 or 5 rounds is good for your T side. Good enough, at least. But with NIP's T-halves being so potent, you do feel like you need that little bit more. 5, an absolute minimum. And a much better start to this round. You said if they lose it, there's nothing left in the tank. They do manage to convert some huge entries to more than likely deliver it. Wrinkle and Snappy evaluating their options. Snappy doesn't really have any money, nor does Ujerk, so holding on to a couple of guns for the next round would be valuable. Southside wants to deny that. Up in the CT spawn, and we'll catch him out. Wrinkle. They'll keep pressing anyway. Davig will finish it off, and 4 rounds. Iberian Soul, very good. You do reach a point in the round, though, where you've got to up that tempo a little bit. They've taken a lot of map control off of just staying silent, but with 30 seconds left, NIP still have the resources on the bomb sites. Tucked in the corner, one in the lobby as well. And this is huge. Wrinkle. Massive frag. Mopaz takes the dink. Has to deliver. He does. Just 6 points of health to his name. He'll be traded back out by Shush, but 12 seconds now. Plant will go down. They leave that very, very late. Make it happen. And they'll cut off the blood supply as NIP just press into it one by one on the ladder. As Dodgy has no accuracy whatsoever. 1v1. Shush taps the bomb. Southside calls his bluff. Won't even peek. He's not even counting in his head. He's just saying there is 0 chance that you're full sticking at a time like this. So waits for the sound cue again.
Oh,
Shush
wow.
won't even give it to him.
That was
Knows
so
that the round
ice
is
cold
done.
from Saucel.
Yeah, that is beautiful. Throws a gun at him. See you later. So it's back into a 4-on-4. Awkward timing. Oh, no, maybe not. Wide swing. Knows that someone was trying to cross into secret. Bomb's going to go down in the meantime on the A site. The first kill going the way of Alex. Allows him a bit of room to maneuver. Get out onto the rafters and try and deny that plant. Not able to do so. Support comes in the form of Wrinkle and Ujerks. Shush down on the site still. He's just trying to line up the angle. There you go. Stododo's head torn off. Leaves it down to Southside. This was an important pistol round to convert. They've not been able to do so. And NIP will be on to 8. They should be starting to rotate down very quickly. They are. Mopaz in the vents. Mollied out. Second in play, though. Alex end up taking one with the MP9. Scout's able to follow up and straight into the trap. NIP go. Iberian Soul still bagging bodies. It's a 4v2. One goes back the other way. Where did Shush go? Arizot's still got the bomb. He's found himself another. This pulls it back into an even scenario. Southside just tucked. Just to make sure he goes unchecked here. Lines up the head with a 5-7. Actually takes both.
Both games have been as close as possible. Saucel waiting to receive here. Oh my, that is so criminal. He didn't even expect it to hit you, Jerks. But there is still some resistance being offered here, Josh. Snappy with a kill onto Davig. Brings it back to 2, and not only that, both of them have rifles.
With the door wide open, Snappy's got the sightline. Timing really important. They do have util. In fact, they have a lot of util, so Mopos could just deploy an incendiary here. Get himself a bit of a freebie. Instead of doing it with the bullets, now knows the last above him and swings into Shush. They wanted that element of surprise, so they didn't deploy any. Looking for the timing, and he's got it on the money. Just walks into the crossfire, but response from Ramp will allow them to trade back out. It's just all going wrong, though. Once they take 2.5, Iberian Soul end up far worse off. It's all onto Alex.
Exort already on the plant, and by the time Alex is ready to punish, he just finds to Dodo. Shush does something very similar, and he's just going to continue pressing forward. Shush has been such an asset for NIP this game. He's going 22-8, just single-handedly winning out most of the duels, and with the way this is teeing up, I sincerely fear that we're not going to see Oh, Shush is doing exactly what he's been doing so far. Snappy follows suit. And with the garage player being taken care of, chances looking slim, but Davig's being a problem. Ara's dodge does nullify that threat, however. And Saucel, the man who was doing quite the heavy lifting on train, will have to manufacture another clutch if he wants to extend play. He's got a window of opportunity where 2 1v1s can be found. One in the back of the bomb site, one on fake vents, but he has no idea where either of them are. It's slow. No, he's got his head turned, and if he checks the right side, then maybe there was a chance. But NIP will be winning 13-6 to continue their streak and break Iberian Soul.
Alrighty, yeah.